Dan Abbott. I'm making this video for my classes at Southern Maine Community College in parametric modeling, and I wanted to review the process of creating an alternative view drawing in SolidWorks. This is the illustration used, the ASME Y14.2 standard on lettering and line types, and it is one that demonstrates the use of a phantom line to show an alternative position for a feature. So this is designed to show that the arm on this part can swing from that location to this location. So I created in SolidWorks a model that represents this, and when I made the model I set it up so that the range of movement for this is going to be the same as what it showed there. So if you're going to create a drawing in SolidWorks or something and you want to show an alternative position in order to duplicate something like that ASME illustration, how do you do it? The easiest way to do it, there are a couple, well, the easiest way to do it from my point of view and the most logical is to create configurations in the assembly file itself. One of the configurations, this one's called default, has it locked in place in its starting position. This one has it locked in place in its alternative position, so default and limit. And then this one allows it to swing, so you can actually move it while you're working with the model itself. Pardon my voice, by the way, I have a bad cold. So what we're going to do, we have those three configurations. What we're going to do is create a file, which is a drawing based on this assembly. So we'll start with, let's go, I think I did this as a metric, so we'll do B-size millimeters. I don't use any of SolidWorks title blocks, by the way, because they are just awful. So we'll bring in this view, and so the view comes in, and by the way, I've got my system set up so it automatically comes in with hidden lines shown, and it automatically comes with tangent edges suppressed. If I hadn't done that, it would have come in looking like that. So then I would have had to come in, right click, go down to tangent edges, suppress the tangent edges. Let's just get those things out of the way. And then right click again, go over and pick the hidden lines. So the hidden lines, not right click, left click. So now that's my primary view right there. And one thing that happens, by the way, even when you suppress tangent edges, you also often get these little artifacts. If you select one and pick the hide button, select it and pick the hide button, you can clean those up usually. Once in a while you can't, but so obviously the one thing I want to do is change the scale so it's a little bit bigger. So now it goes to this. So now one of the things I want to make sure is, right now the way it's set up, the current, if I go to the properties on this, the current view that's being shown is the swing view. Well, that's not what I want for this, because I don't want that major part to be move out of that position. Because right now, if I were to go back to the model itself, if I happen to put this in that position, now it's going to show it in that position on the sheet. So I don't want that. I want that to be in its extreme position or its limited position. So instead of having it set up to go under properties for the configuration called swing, I'm going to say I want that in the default location on this. Now it goes into that default location. And by the way, the other thing I need to do, and I have videos on how to set up SolidWorks so the drawings that it does are actually correct and meet standards. One of the problems with SolidWorks is that the font used for visual lines is 0.25, which is not twice as thick as the thin lines, which are 0.18. So you have to change that in order to meet the standard, the ASME standard for line weights. So that looks obviously a little better. Now as far as an alternative position view goes, you have to do to get that is to go over to the drawing views, view layout, and then pick alternate position view. So the thing it tells you to do is select a drawing view. So you pick this drawing view right here, and now it says, what do you want to do? Create a new configuration? And I'm going to say, no, I want to use an existing configuration. And the one I want to use is the one called limit. So once I've done that and picked the check mark, it makes this, which is really not what I wanted. I'd already suppressed all those tangent edges, but it puts them in anyway in the drawing, even though it also does show the alternative position. So what you have to do once you've created that is to go over to the feature manager and open up the alternative position view, because it's really superimposed on the other one. So we want everything in this one to stay the same, but over here what we want to do is to go down, take a look and see what all the parts are, and then, or components they're called, and then say, listen, the only thing we really want to see is the arm. So right click on the top, go down to show hide, and say let's hide the body component. That makes a big difference. Now we can go to the pin, say I don't really want that pin to show up twice, so we'll go and hide that as well. And there is a shaft. That's not going to make a whole lot of difference, but we're going to hide the shaft as well because it does make some difference. Now what I've got is exactly what I want. I have hidden lines showing where they're supposed to be hidden lines. Excuse me, I've got this thing turning so that it, the whole thing turns as it goes into its other position. It doesn't move, even though I go back to the model. If I move that into a different position because it was in the swing position to begin with, if I come back and do that, now I go back and look at the sheet. It doesn't affect the way the sheet is because I indicated in the properties of that view that the configuration it should use for the base view was the one called default, and then the one it wanted to use for the alternate view is the one called limit. I think that's enough for this video. So, one of the reasons that I'm making this is because I want students in my classes to be familiar with all the views, because when you take the certification exams, there are some questions asking you to identify these various views. So as long as we're right here, we point out that all the views available are right here, and on the exam they might show you an illustration of one of those types of views and ask you to identify which type it is. The alternate position view shows you things that can have more than one location, just like this. So that would be an example of an alternate position. But you also have a crop view. Crop view gives you an illustration here of the break view, so it's not a bad idea to review those things. Last semester when I had students take the certification exam, I had 3 people who missed passing it by, I forget, 5 points I think, because they misidentified some of these views, and that's really a shame because these are really easy to do. That's it for this one.